Today we're going to show you how to change the door handle on your refrigerator. It's a really easy job. All we're going to need is a Phillips screwdriver. Let me show you how we do it. Now, to replace the handle on this refrigerator, we will need to remove the trim strips on both the top and the bottom. They just slide into place, and they've got a couple of hooks on the handle end, and the upper piece will have one set of tabs about here, and the bottom one has two of them. Now they just slide in towards the handle to lock them into place, so we need to slide them away from the handle to get them off. And that will expose the screws that hold the handle to the door. Now, they're fairly slippery, but if you can get a good grip on them, you just push away from the handle and they'll slide off. You can see there's a little tab here that hooks onto the trim piece. There's a couple of hooks on the trim that slide in under the edge of the handle. The bottom one will come off in the same manner. Simply going to push down on it. Now, if you have trouble getting those started, you could take a small flat blade screwdriver and just put it between the handle and that piece of trim and just slowly pry it down without marring the trim piece. And again, we have two tabs here that hook into the trim piece and a couple hooks on the top that slide in under. And just remove the 4 screws. Now you may want to make a small mark there just to indicate where the handle will end up, so we can keep them both even. There's not a lot of movement in the top portion of the handle. The bottom is slotted. We'll discard our old handle. As I mentioned, there are 2 slotted holes in the bottom, so we'll put one of those in first. You just put it snug enough to hold it in place. And we'll bring it up to the mark and put the remaining 3 screws in. And we can tighten them all nice and tight. Now, before we put the trim pieces back on, you may want to put a little bit of petroleum jelly just at the top of each of those sets of tabs to aid in them sliding into place. It's a little harder to get them back on than it was to get them off. So engage the top first. Make sure it's centered properly over both of the middle portions. And just give it a sharp upward push. Make sure it engages on all sides. And we'll do the same with the top. And our repair is complete.